Here we go. You know what? I know. Sauce in the City is my favorite show. I know, yes. Brenda is my girl, don't you know?
I just love that intro. Shout out to King Dave. Welcome to Sauce in the City late night comedy game show, where me and my funny friends are bringing our brand of fun and games to your late night arena. That's right, I said friends, and have we got some really funny folks in the studio for y'all tonight. So, without further ado, we have first up Cerebral Speed Bump, first to the studio. What's going on, you?
What's up?
Everything and nothing. How have you been since the
I
last
am
episode?
I'm doing pretty good. I am glad to be here again. I can't wait to be part of the family.
Oh, it's sounding better and better to me. And because you are returning contestant on the show, I get to ask you this question. What keeps you coming back?
Um, Everybody is so welcoming, including yourself, and I love y'all so much, and I can't thank y'all for having me here.
Well, we are glad that you keep coming back for the punishment. I am going to let you help me bring to the stream our next contestant. Who's it going to be?
I'm gonna go with my girl, Bacon.
Bacon. I love my bacon. What's up, girlfriend?
What's sizzling, sister?
It is good to have you back on the show. Um, I have to say, I'm gonna give you your shout out like before we get started. Like shout out on the graphics and the ideas and the imagination, like Imagination Station.
I just went with the whole city theme and like picked some Vegas backdrops and just let everything flow. And it was crazy how everybody's pictures perfectly fit in together. Like I didn't have to do nothing. They
It
didn't even
was
take them together. They didn't know what I was doing. They just perfect.
and it turned out swell. So, yes, thank you for your vision. It seems like you're ready to help me bring to the stream our next comedic contestant.
Who wants a yummy? I do. I want to see my Kyle Yamkowski.
What's up, Kyle?
How's it going, Brenda? Happy to be here.
I am happy to be in this realm with y'all again. I've been like low key stalking you guys, but so much good stuff out there. So, Kyle, welcome back to the show. And I get to ask you what brought you back.
Well, gosh darn it, I had so much fun last time, I had to come back.
We couldn't deal without our yams. Um, yam no. There's a joke there somewhere. Anyway, Kyle, it seems like you would be ready to help me to introduce our next contestant to the stream. Who will it be?
Well, let me get my head out of my ass and let's get head ass on the stage.
It's like fill in the dots. Look at that. Tic tac toe, 3 comedians in a row. What's up, Damien? AKA, I can't say your last name, but you know what I mean. What's going on?
Good to see you again, Miss Brenda. I know you're there. You're kind of like Charlie from Charlie's Angels. I don't know if I'm the hot one, if I'm like the Gwyneth Paltrow of the group, but you know, I'm just glad to be back, and I'm hoping I can take on different roles, you know, within the panel. And I'm not talking about that shit, you know, you take at a party or anything. We're not talking about rolling. But I keep coming back because, like Al Pacino said in The Godfather Part 3, every time I want to get out, they just pull me back in.
Well, that is a question, but the question I have for you is, what do you think of the new people?
They're great. Very, very impressed.
He's impressed, y'all, and cooking tamales, which I didn't get any of. So we're gonna have to return to St. Roberts, Missouri, and hopefully the hub will be smart enough to put them on their menu. All right, Damien, who's going to be the next contestant to the stream?
I'm going to do my entire set tonight in Spanish just for the tamales, but I'm going to go with Joey Lee. Joey.
Hello, everybody. Joey Lee is not available tonight. This is the unknown comic, and I'll be the newbie for tonight. Good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you, unknown comic. And I'm glad that you decided to join us and tell Joey Lee we said thank him for sending you. So I get to ask you, I guess, just like with all newbies that come across our screen, what is your favorite game show or competition series?
I like Truth or Consequences with Bob Barker.
You gotta try to change your voice, Joey.
Who?
I mean,
Who's Joey?
Unknown comic.
Okay.
Well, it's good to have you, unknown comic, and it seems like you're ready to help me to introduce to the stream our next contestant. So who shall it be?
Let's see. Malfunction Junction.
Malfunction Junction, what's your function? Hey, Malfunction Junction, welcome back to the stream. Unmute your mic and your voice will follow.
Sorry about that. I was kind of in shock by the comedy grand wizard of whatever that is. The CCC, I guess. I haven't really figured out what those other two C's before, but I thought I was on something else like a Klan rally or something. Am I on the right show? What are we doing?
Well, welcome back to the show, and it's always good to have you here. So what do you think of the new people?
Well, I mean, the ones that showed up, or as far as I know, none showed up, but we've got some people that came back. You know, they're cool. Bacon's cool. Kyle's, you know, he likes yams and shit, but I'm worried that the Zodiac Killer is here. You know what I mean? Somebody's either about to get shot or burning crosses. One of the two things is about to happen tonight. I don't know what's going on right now.
Okay, well, let's bring to the stream our next contestant, and maybe they'll be the tiebreaker.
Well, Randy Holton, help me out here. Let's see what your autism can do.
Welcome to the stream, Randy Holton, all the way from Tampa, Florida.
Hi, Tom. How you doing? How you doing?
Oh boy.
What?
Your audio is killing me. So while you get that together, I'm gonna bring to the stream our last contestant, Nikki Halstead. Hi, Nikki.
How y'all doing?
Oh, your voice just tickles me.
Hey, if it ain't, if your voice tickles me, it's what in the world is that girl saying? I can't understand it.
No, and that's the weird part. It's like a big old hug. It's like a big old hug of funny. It's like a big old dish of good eating plus a hug
Yeah.
of funny. And it's always that's what makes me laugh because I'm like, how do I bottle that? Like, how do I
You can get it for the
Just be glad you got a
price of
translator.
$2.99.
Wait a minute, everybody. Quiet in the studio. What did you say, Nikki?
Oh, I said you can get it for the low price of $3.99, friend.
Friend. Well, welcome back to the show. And being a returner, I get to ask you, what brings you back to the show?
Just meeting all the newcomers and also the old heads in there that just no filter whatsoever. You, Miss Brenda Brown, as well. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity. I just love the unexpected aspect of it. You never know what's going to come out of anybody's mouth, and it's bound to be good.
At any given time. You ain't lying. All right, Nikki, you seem to be ready, willing, and able to start with our game. So it's always cool to say that right off the bat, usually we would play a song or some video or something, but we decided why not get it fresh in the opening act. That's right. One of our comedic castmates, as voted by the cast, will deliver 3 minutes of funny. And so let's hope that they got it together. So Cerebral Speed Bump, you're up first. Who are you voting to start us off in the episode? Unmute your mic. Okay, hold on, don't move. I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my dude. He's not here tonight, but the masked man.
The unknown comic. I like it. Damien, aka Dickie Head, asks, who will you be voting to start us off tonight? Unmute your mic and your voice will follow.
Yeah, I got to go with the newbie too. The Gong Show. That's the unknown comic. That's old school, man. I want to hear some of that shit.
I love it. Kyle Yarkowski, who would you like to hear just a little more from?
I'd like to hear a little more from my ex-girlfriend. You know, the one with the bag on her head?
Oh, that was good. Okay, Malfunction Junction. Who would you like to hear more from to start out the episode?
I'm gonna go with that comedic Third Reich with the bag on its head over there.
I can't wait to hear this. All right, Randy Holton, who would you like to hear more from tonight?
Well, since my vote doesn't really count.
Oh, Lord, your mic is going to kill you. Bacon, who would you like to hear more from tonight?
I would like to hear more from my favorite lunch lady that put the bag on their head.
Nikki, who would you like to hear more from tonight?
Let me get in on the brown bag special, by God. I'm with it.
I love her voice. All right, Joey Lee, it seems like your castmate voted you in to starting us off. 3 minutes on the clock. And Cass, when I say for the love of late night, what do y'all say?
Please God, just let it be funny. Pretty where they find it.
That's right. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. And for the love of late night,
please let it be funny or pretty where they find it.
Okay.
Sign this way.
Okay, Joey left me some jokes. I don't know if they're funny or not. Blame him if they aren't. Here we go. You know what really leaves a bad taste in my mouth? Rectal thermometers. You know, I'm an engineer, and I'm also just found out I'm autistic. Not me, but Joey. And because he's an engineer, he tests cars, and he wishes he had worked for the Trojan Condom Company, because if he did, he could have tested to see how long a condom would last your wallet before it got all dried up and cracked, which is a long time. Let's see what else he got written down here. Oh, he also, when he was a kid, the other kids used to call him the teacher's pet. So he went ahead and shit on his lawn. The other thing is, there's a lot of weird things that people say, like if you're eating a lot of oysters and taking a lot of vitamin E, it gives you stamina for sex. He tried it once, and his wrist still kept getting tired out. He's got a
That makes
girlfriend
sense.
too. He's always asking him, "Is she pretty or ugly?" She says both. You're pretty ugly. People say, "What are you, Joey? Are you a Catholic? No. Are you a Protestant? No. Are you a Jehovah's Witness? No. Well, what are you, Joey?" "Well, I'm a moron," he says. Supposed to laugh at that. But he is a member of his choir, the handbell choir. He's the dumbbell. He also has is getting old. He used to depend on himself. Now he depends. And I have a joke for you now. If you've been waiting, what do you call a drunk deer? An alcoholic. Do I still have time? I'll
No.
keep going.
Yeah, well, before you suffocate under there. So definitely great set. Again, I don't know, but if the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond want to hear and see more of this unknown comic thing, where can they find you?
They can't.
Well, there goes.
But if you want to contact Joey, just Joey Lee Comedy in all of the different social medias. Joey Lee Comedy.
And then maybe Joey will hook you up. Well, it's time for us to jump into our first game, which is Press Yo Funny. And this is where I give you, unknown comic, a chance to get on the board, right, with some points. And so I will give you, because you have none now, so I will give you 3 points. If you can name, or if you can call to the screen 2 of your comedic cast members that you think may have turned on their screen for the unknown comic. And I didn't set your screen before you started talking, so I'll do it now. On the count of 3, if you like the unknown comic, leave your cameras on to show appreciation. And if this act didn't hit home for you and maybe gave you PTSD, turn your streams off and we'll talk about it later. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Joey, your board is looking great. So I will give you the 3 points if you can name 2 out of Cerebral Speed Bump, Damien, Kyle, Nikki, Malfunction Junction, Bacon, and Randy.
I pick 2.
Yep. Who will your first one be?
Kyle.
Why Kyle?
That's the only people I can remember.
Well, your memory serves you well, Kyle Yamkowski. You turned your stream on for the Unknown Comic Act, Joey Lee MIA. So what got you to turn your stream on?
Well, I like to live my life off the cob, and that was my can of corn.
I hope I get as good at that as you are. All right, Unknown Comic. It seems like you got one really good comment. So, Cerebral Speed Bump, Damien, Nikki, Bacon, Randy. Still await your decision. Who will it be?
Cerebral. Speed bump.
The speed bumper. Hey, Cerebral Speed Bump, what got you to turn your stream on for the Unknown Comic?
Well, you see, he reminded me of somebody that I really like, and I thought he was really funny.
Okay. Two really
Thank
good
you.
comments. So that means that you get 3 points on the board. We can walk away with your 3 points, or you can, rest of the cast, press. Yo, buddy. What will it be, Joey? I'm sorry, Unknown Comic.
You can call me UC. UC.
UC. All right.
What do you think, guys? Should I keep going or keep my points?
I think you should keep your points.
Okay.
I might second that.
Okay. I'm going to keep my points.
All right. Well, just for the sake of gameplay, who would have been your next choice?
Randy.
Da-da-da-da. He turned his stream on. Okay, so that was a good choice. Who would have been your next one after Randy?
Nikki.
Nikki would have been a wah, wah, wah. So y'all give it up for the Unknown Comic for keeping his 3 points. Damien did not turn on his stream, so you would have zonked out there. But Malfunction Junction and Ms. Bacon indeed turned on their stream. So y'all give it up for the Unknown Comic for your 3 points. And as you guys know, keep up with your own points. And while we clap our hands because we're too poor to actually have sound effects, we're gonna do the sponsor spotlight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Talking about the sponsor spotlight, y'all. And word. I always love this part of the show because we get to highlight different spaces, faces, and places that we've met along the way. And tonight isn't any different. So what we're going to do, because I really haven't downloaded a new video in a little while, we're going to look back to our archive and we're going to see what we can find in the sponsor spotlight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Boy, talking about the sponsor spotlight, y'all.
Autistic leader in the house.
I can't
and work
with these people and work.
And she loves these people.
Absolutely. Here we go. Boy, we're gonna get us a record deal one of these times.
Yeah, we are.
Bet your ass.
This one's called Brighter Days. We're gonna make everybody's days better. Here we go. Gonna give myself to the Lord above. Gonna make it better each and every day. Gonna tell myself you can do it, Dave. Try a little harder each and every day.
That's loud.
Days, we need better days, yeah. Before they lock you up, throw you away. All right, Brenda.
Got Peter, Paul, and Mary.
And that was a compilation between our very own Malfunction Junction and King Dave. And that's how we got our intro. So that was the sponsor spotlight. Whoa, whoa. You got the sponsor spotlight, y'all.
Y'all.
All right, you guys. It is time for us to jump to our very first game and give some more of our contestants a chance to, get some points and get on the board. So the way that we decide who is going to be our next contestant is we play our little mini game of Tap In. And this is where I will ask a very basic question. And the first contestant to pop their screen on and yell out Tap In will be afforded the chance to answer the question and play the game to get on the board. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. So Blackout is our very first game. And let's see who's going to be our contestants. Everybody should turn their streams off by the time I remove this. All right. Well, almost. There we go. All right. Now we see some people. All right. Then we got, okay. So very basic question. Let's see. What's the name of the show?
Tap In.
Tap In.
That would be Malfunction Junction because Randy's microphone is tripping. So even though his screen was on first, I heard you first. So what's the name of the show?
No, wait a minute, because is this like a trick question with the late night satellite game thing, or is it the what we're doing now with the Sauce in the City late night comedy game show?
Okay, well, let's get the answers together. Like, that was a very straightforward question. What is the name
Sauce
of
in the City late night comedy game show.
Wow. All right. So very cool. That is correct. And you guys should see it in the title there, just so you know that we're not kidding. All right, Tony, are you ready for your very first question of the night?
Well, yeah.
Let's do it. Hashtag tell the truth. If you saw someone pocket a stripper's tips while they were dancing, would you confront them, tell the stripper, or do nothing? Hashtag weigh in, y'all. What do you think, Tony?
Well, I mean, me, myself, I'm probably going to do nothing. So if I tell the stripper, I'm just going to get syphilis. And if I confront the person, I'm probably going to get shot. So seeing as how I don't ever go to strip clubs anyway, I just probably would never do anything. They can have the money.
Do nothing. Okay. Everybody else in the studio, if you agree with Malfunction Junction and you say do nothing and mind your own business, cameras on to show solidarity. And if you would do something else, turn your cameras off and we'll talk about it later. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not bad. How do you think you did?
Well, I mean, the song says "Don't save her," and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people know she don't want to be saved. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to do anything either. They're just going to sit back and let it happen.
Okay, well, let's check it out. All right. You got Cerebral Speed Bump that saved you from a
Of
total
course I
blackout. Cerebral Speed Bump, you're with Malfunction Junction where you would just do nothing.
Yes. I don't go to strip clubs, so I agree.
All right.
I mean, it's not really like you've got a fucking choice anyway.
That is definitely something. All right, guys. Well, screens off. We're gonna jump on to the next question. Malfunction Junction. You got 1 point though. You got 1 point. All right. Very basic.
Even if it is by handicap.
Set the screen and turn your stream off. And yep. Uh-huh. All right. So basic question number 2. What's today's date?
Tap in.
Tap in.
Oh, that was definitely the Yam Cow. Okay. The Yam Boom Boom Pow. Gonna say that boom boom pow. All right, Kyle. What say you?
May 30th.
That is correct. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. All right. So here is your question. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yo. All right. So next up, it's going to be, what would you do if your partner always, quote unquote, jokes about breaking up during arguments? Would you ask them to stop? It's not funny. Would you brush it off but feel uneasy? Would you start mentally preparing for a breakup, or say it back and see how they react? What do you think, Kyle?
Well, first of all, I'd bust out one of these, screw them a little bit, and then I'd tell them maybe we should. So I'm gonna go with the last answer.
You're gonna say, you're gonna give it right back to them. You're gonna like put it in a slingshot and be like, "Pow!"
Oh, I'm gonna give it right back to them. You better believe that.
Okay, everybody in the studio, if you agree with Kyle and you're gonna give as good as you get, leave your screens on to show solidarity. But if you chose another answer, screen off, and we'll talk about it later. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How do you think you did, Kyle?
Maybe 2 people. Let's go with 2. I like that number.
That's a good conservative number. But guess what?
Oh.
You only had 1 holdout. So that means you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points on the board. But let's talk to your holdout. Damien, aka Dickie Headass, you have a different opinion?
Yeah, the spotlight music gave me a grand mal seizure. I almost went to the bathroom to put a bullet in my head, and I forgot what the question was. So I just had to do it.
Okay. I thought it was pretty jazzy, but all right. So you didn't get 5 bonus points because Damien decided he'd like to take those away from you. So thumbs up for him. All right. Our last blackout question. Cameras off. Okay. Very, very, very basic question. Let's think. Oh, what's the name of the game we're playing right now?
Tap in.
Tap in.
I really I really do think it was Joey Lee. Now I heard some mumbling the unknown comic. because I heard something that sounded like tap in. So we're gonna go with that. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, unknown comic. What's the answer?
Tap out or tap in. Tap in.
Nope.
Yeah, you better get it together. All right, you get the last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Hashtag question: which is more important at a wedding reception? Good music, great food, or an open bar? Hashtag weigh in, y'all.
I'm going to vote the food, especially if there's so much you can take it out in sacks.
You gonna rob the wedding, okay? I'm digging it. All right, everybody in the studio, if you think the food is the most important part of a wedding, leave your cameras on to show solidarity. If you think that something else is a little more important, cameras off, and we'll talk about it later at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Huh. All right. Interesting results. All right, Joey, how do you think you did? I mean,
Well, this
I know
group seems like they like a lot of alcohol, so I think only maybe 2 people will pick food.
Oh, that's very conservative. Let's check it out. You got one more. You got Ms. Bagan. All right. What's shaking, Bagan? You said the food is the most important part.
It is like I've been to a lot of different weddings, and like some people can't dance; it's against their religion, and some people can't drink; it's against their religion. But everybody that everybody can do is eat. So that is the most important part. And trust me, I'm a cheap hoe. Like I'm gonna be like bringing in the Ziploc bags in my purse and filling it up and taking it home too. I'm on his side.
I'll lend you some bags.
I do the same thing at Golden Corral.
I love it. All right, Malfunction Junction. What say you?
I mean, considering that, I catered my own wedding with chicken salad. I was married behind like a trailer at an in-ground swimming pool in Tennessee. It was the most redneck thing you've ever seen in your life. The only thing we missed was the meth lab. But yeah, the food mattered, and I did it myself. I didn't trust nobody else to make my own shit. Nobody poisoned me. And it was cheap.
Taking it. Make your own. All right, Cerebral Speed Bump. You say food?
Yes, I'll say food because I'm a stoner and I like the Minties.
Okay.
So I got 3.
That is correct. You have 3 points on the board. And now we're going to go to Damien, a.k.a. Dicky Headass. All right. You say something else is more important. So what else is more important?
Sluts. The bridesmaids. That's really more than because I mean, if you could pull a slut, they're going to bring you food. It's not about the food anymore. It's about you got a chance to get at least 3 or 4 good sluts out of it.
Oh my God, that was not one of the choices. The choices were music, food, or an open bar.
Hey, the open bar is the same thing. Sluts, man. That's how you find them. They're going to be in the open bar.
I feel so called out right now.
That is so unfortunate. Okay, Kyle, you say one of these other 2 options are more important. Which one do you choose?
I'd have to go with the music because I mean, come on, is the bride gonna walk up the aisle to "Hail Bells"? Like
down here, yeah.
It's the wrong kind of wedding.
Wrong kind of wedding. All right, Nikki, camera on. You say something else is more important out of those 2?
You bet your ass. I'm going for the open bar, son. I need a drink. Your sister need a drink. My cousin need a drink. The dog need a drink. Ain't nobody trying to be here. My homegirl taking the food out in a Ziploc bag. I got in a fight with an old girl the other day at the stoplight for no reason. Somebody got to bring the liquor, and they got to keep it coming. Either way, send help.
I love it. All right, Randy Holton, screen on. You said something else is more important out of the two.
Didn't anyone see Hangover?
Yeah.
Man, then we get drunk and terrorize the city. That's what it's all about. Strike the place. Stumbling
Okay.
bumbling.
Try turning up your mic, Randy. You sound so quiet. All right, everybody. I think that I am on the side of food as well because I am greedy and I need to eat. So just saying. It is time for us to hop on to our next segment, which is You Say Trivia. An interactive comedy trivia game. Put the down. Anyway, and this is where we give our cast a chance. One of them a chance to earn 5 points in an all or nothing round, where they will pose a question to their castmates in order to win the points. If the castmates get it incorrect, the contestant wins the point. If the castmate if they get it correct, the contestant doesn't win any points. Where's my head tonight? Okay, I think it was like I got thrown off. Anyway, if the rest of the cast gets it correct, the contestant wins 0 points. If the cast gets it correct, then they win 0 points. Yeah, y'all will see how this is played. Let's just get on to it. All right, in order to find out who is going to have the chance to pose their question, everybody start with their screens off. Okay. All right. Another basic question is what segment does this song go to? That is the spotlight. Whoa,
whoa.
Tap in. I want my stuff work. Why?
Y'all were pretty good, but it was definitely that Joey Lee voice. I mean, unknown comic voice that broke through the cast. All right, what is the name of that
I'm so excited. Whoa. Talking about the spotlight. Yeah.
Hey, I love it. All right, unknown comic, go ahead and pose your question and give the 3 answers for your castmates to choose from.
Okay. This band was so bad, their manager would always give a different name when they were announced to the crowd. That way, after the show, people wouldn't go beat up the band. But when they got good, they had to ask the manager, what name was he using? Which band? And he ended up telling them their final name. Which band was it? Pink Floyd, the B-52s, or Jethro Tull?
Okay, that sounds like a really cool question. And just because I know nothing about this genre, I'm going to ask that you ask the question again and give the answers again.
Okay, this band was so bad that the manager would use a different name for them when he announced them. When they got good, he continued to use that name. And one day the band asked him, "So what are you calling us?" That band was either A, let's see, let's put them in the correct order. Pink Floyd, Jethro Tull, or the B-52s.
All right, you guys heard the question twice. You heard the answers twice. I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock to discuss what the answer is. There are 7 of you on the stream. I should hear 7 opinions. That should cut down the shouting, okay? So remember mic etiquette and give our newer people to the stream a little bit of grace, right? All right. Let the conversations begin.
I'm gonna go
I'm
ahead and
good.
blow a fart in the wind. B-52.
Yeah, it is.
I
Does anyone
swear.
actually know for sure,
Yeah.
It's in the
or are we
name.
all just gonna guess?
The
No, I just have
B-52 is
questions. Sometimes people did their homework and just know these things because they're
I
old.
feel like
feel
it's
like
just
I
off the
think
wall, so
I'm
it's definitely
52.
in my head Jethro Tull.
I
I feel
remember
like
seeing
Jethro Tull.
it's in the name. A B-52 is a bomber. Bomb.
That's actually, I want to say I've heard this before, and I didn't know if it was them or not. Like that was actually what I was leaning to, which is why I
Yeah,
thought
the
Randy would know it.
B-52 could be
'cause-
bombed.
10,
The B-52 could be
9,
bombed.
I can on
8,
B-52.
Jethro
All right,
Tull, yo.
B-52.
I
6,
believe you.
5. Oh, you guys are getting the hang of this. I love it. All right, Nikki, camera on. Tell me what the team decided, and do you think that you guys got it right?
Okay, so I think collectively, we're gonna say the B-52s. If you're asking personally, I'm a little hesitant because I feel like just because he threw Jethro Tull in there, I feel like a little bit. I'm swinging a little bit that way, but I'm gonna hop on with my friends and we're gonna go with the B-52s.
I love it. All right. UC, go ahead and tell us the answer and give us a little background.
Well, Nikki was correct. It was not the B-52s. It was Jethro Tull.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
So
so
there we
you
go.
okay. Well, congratulations, UC. You actually get your 5 points, and your fate lies in your own hands. You can either
That's
do
not
3
Googleable.
minutes of funny, or you can do 3 minutes of something else. What will your decision be?
I'm gonna do a duet with my friend Sad Sack. We're
All
gonna have
right,
a kind of a conversation. Funny, I hope.
3 minutes on the clock. Let this conversation begin. And for the love of late night, rest of the cast.
Praise God, let it be funny.
Let it
Be
be fun.
funny.
Let it
Sack,
be.
Sad Sack. What do you want, Joey? I'm not Joey. I'm the unknown comic. I thought we were on Joey's show. No, we're not. You dumb sack. Would you stop talking about that guy? He's stupid. He made me wear this orange shirt. Now, Sad Sack, do you know any jokes? No? You don't know any jokes? This is a joke show. You're supposed to bring some jokes, Sad Sack. Why? Why did you bring any jokes? Because I thought we were just going to watch. I didn't know we were going to be on the show. Well, you dumb idiot. You should expect anything. In fact, we're winning. I think we're going to win the whole thing. We might win $3 each. I'm sorry. You should be sorry. And you didn't sing to any of the songs either. Like, whoa, 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 talking about the spotlight. You don't know that one. Practice it for me. Whoa, 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 talking about the spotlight. No. Okay, that's much better. Oh, I don't know if they'll like this or give us any points. But anyhow, this is a duo here. I'm not sure who's the straight man, but I sure know who's all bagged up. Well, you know, it gets hot underneath here. I'm starting to sweat. What about you, Sad Sack? You fell asleep? Why'd you fall asleep? We're in the middle of a show. Don't you know you gotta give your biggest energy for the show? Everything should be for the show. Wake up! I said wake up! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, unknown comic. I'll try to do better next time. There may never be another next time. You know, that Joey, he's pretty shaky. He might be off the show. We won't get a chance. Would you do something? Hurry. Make him laugh. Do something. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm looking at you. All you thousands of people. There's no thousands of people. There might be 10. And what's going on behind me? The dog's running around. That's not good. Oh, he's barking now too. Oh.
And time. All right. Well, second helping of funny. All right, Joey Lee. If they want to find you and Sad Sack, tell them again where they can find you.
You can find us at Joey Lee's house, and his stuff, his social media is Joey Lee Comedy. All the social medias. You don't have to remember one.
All right, UC. We will now take a look at what you did, and that was some interesting other that you performed. So everybody in the studio, if you appreciated this theatrical form of comedy, leave your cameras on to show your appreciation. And if it wasn't the best and it didn't make you laugh and it made you a sad sack, turn your cameras off and we will talk about it later at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, UC, how do you think you did?
I thought we were pretty two sad sacks.
I could definitely give you that. You were 2 sad sacks.
Dog even hates us.
No, he's right there. He's looking and ready to get into it with your sad sack. All right.
Yeah.
I will give you 3 points, just like last time, if you can name. Because there's a lot of people in the studio, let's go with a different amount, which is 3. I will give you 3 points for the first 3 people that you can name that may have turned on their stream for you out of Cerebro Speed Bump: Damien, Kyle, Nikki, Bacon, Randy, and Malfunction Junction.
I'm going to go with Kyle again.
Ooh.
Do I do all 3?
One at a time. So yes, Kyle, definitely. So what is going on with the camera on? You like this sad sack approach?
You know, just like a can of corn. It was a little hard to digest, but it's still coming out a can of corn.
Did I steal that one?
All right. Well, you have one friend in Mr. Yemkowski. Who will your next pick be?
Speed Bump.
Man, you must have telepathy because there he is. Cerebro Speed Bump. What got you to turn your camera on for the UC?
Because I am a sad boy and I like sad jokes. It's pretty sad.
Okay. Well, you are doing good. You got 2 here. So, great comment. So, who will you go with next?
Randy.
You don't want to talk it over with your cast? You just want to
Sure.
dive
Do I have
right
to-
in?
Okay, what do you think, Cast?
I think you should save your points.
Oh, I can save them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'll save them. I'll save them.
Right, because this is rest of the cast. Press.
That's
Yo,
your
buddy. And actually, you don't have 3 points yet. You need one more person to get 3 points.
Okay, what do you think, Cast?
I think you should press it.
No, there's no pressing it. He needs one more person to get 3 points. So who will it be?
Let's go with Malfunction.
I think I might go with Randy. I don't know. You seem kind of more his style.
I'm going to pick Randy.
All right, Randy Holton it is. Dun, dun, dun. Randy Holton, screen on. What prevented you from pushing that button for the UC?
I'm sorry to let the air out of your tires.
Oh.
But I like the whole ideal. It just needs more polishing. You got to get out the buffer and polish it up a little bit.
Okay,
We'll come back next show. Try again.
Well, unfortunately, you did not win any points, but Malfunction Junction was your next pick, and he did not turn on his stream. Malfunction Junction, what prevented you from pushing that button?
Well, I mean, I like Joey Lee. I don't. This guy seems like what made it okay to bet on the Special Olympics. It's like a cry for help, man. What are you doing?
Yes, authentic Joey Lee is amazing. All right, Bacon, you turned your stream on. What got you to push the button?
The commitment. Like, I actually had a bit like that, a character that I was toying with doing tonight and chickened out, and the fact that he doubled down and did it, like, and even on the fly, like, you could tell there was no prep, there was no forethought. Like, he's just on the fly doing it, and that's impressive. And the people walking behind him and not blinking an eye, that was just so great.
Okay, well, Damien, camera on. What prevented you from turning the stream on?
Yeah, that was impressive, to say the least. Let me see if I can break it down. What the fuck was that?
Y'all are mean.
For fuck's sake. Holy shit.
All right. Well,
even the people in the background weren't even laughing.
Here's some sugar to wash that down. Nikki Hawk said, what got you to turn your stream on for the UC?
So I'm kind of with Bacon on this. I love the spirit of a champ, man, and he doubled the hell down, son.
Yep.
So between, like, it started out wobbly, and I was like, oh, and then he brought it back, and then it was like, what? But the dog at the end, when the dog eased up on him and was like, who in the entire hell is that? I lost it. So he got me one way or damn another. I'm with it.
Yep.
Well, it definitely was super duper funny. I enjoyed it.
We'll try again.
Just because he had sad sack. Like, I don't know, something about I know something about the sad sack had me. So with that being said, we are going to hop into our next segment of the show. And I guess I done put another spotlight. Whoa,
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 whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa.
about
Talking
the
about the
spotlight,
spotlight.
y'all. Do, 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 do. And word.
Word.
I love
Brought to
when
you
I
by the letter Arthur.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is again one of my very favorite parts of the show because it allows me to go do my lady business, but it also gives us a chance to shout out to those who have had something to do with this journey that we are on now. And you know, they just are doing amazing things. I can tell you this, I guess nothing like
Welcome.
December 6, 2020 was a great night. It was the night that I was able to go and finally get on that stage in Vegas. It's a night that everybody looks forward to. I think back of that, I think that of a famous quote, Las Vegas is a place you go to escape reality, but the reality is that what happens there will follow you for the rest of your life. And that is definitely true in my case, and I hope it is in yours as well. So many games, so much fun, so much time I got to spend with Brenda Brown and the rest of the crew. What we were doing was big, it was exciting, it was a lot of fun. What we didn't know was what Brenda Brown was working on behind the scenes to make a bigger stage for all of us. Brenda Brown had a vision to bring everything from the screen to the stage, and so Sauce and City Live was born. From the pre-show promotions to the pre-stage bonding, so many comedians from all over the country gathered in one place, Las Vegas, all from the vision of one person. Brenda had a vision to take all the games that we played on screen and put them on the stage in Las Vegas. And Sauce in the City is still going strong today. This is the first annual comedy family reunion. Congratulations, Sauce in the City, for making it 4 years in service. Brenda believed it was important to give everybody the platform to shout out the people that truly inspire you. I'd like to take the time to shout out the people that truly inspired me during my stint with Sauce in the City. Jimmy Howell for introducing me to Sauce in the City. Charlie Mack for all the help behind the scenes. Darrell Hearns for the inspiration. Willie C. Smith, the Colorado comic, for his loyal support to the platform, Sauce in the City, and for all the guidance that he gives the newcomers. The very funny and amazingly talented Lisa Wood, and to the person that without none of this is possible, Miss Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. A very special thank you to UBSN TV, Roku, The Artifice Las Vegas, Sarah, your bartender, and Morpheus to provide the stage to make tonight possible. Congratulations, Sauce in the City. I can't wait to see what you do next.
And that
Spotlight.
was
Talking about the spotlight. Yeah.
Right. Well, shout out to Jim Zachary Jr. for the video. Thank you for your continued support of the platform and highlighting our best moment up to date. We got some things up our sleeve. It is time for us to jump into the next segment, which is called My 2 Cents. And this is where I bring some, topics that come across my social media page to my funny friends and see how they feel about it and let them give me their 2 cents. It's not a game, it's a chance to learn. So You guys tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, please feel free to comment your answers. If you're tuning in on YouTube, I can actually put them on the screen. So definitely chime in. Hashtag question: what is the worst thing that you can do when trying to read a question other than choke to death? All right. Hashtag question: what is the worst thing you have had to deal with in comedy? Hashtag weigh in, y'all. Okay, let's go this way. Malfunction Junction. Worst thing you've had to deal with in comedy.
But I'd probably say, the hazard pay is really not all that great. Some of the improv stuff you do can be a little dangerous if you don't have a stunt double. Like I had to drown on some shag carpet once. You ever seen a grown man do that? It's crazy as hell. I didn't know I could do it. It was different.
Okay. Randy Holton, what say you? What is the worst thing you've come across in comedy?
Well, looking for stage time. I mean, I've traveled all over the damn place, and you show up, and they cancel the open mic, so you've driven 2 hours now, and you got nothing to do.
That would
Oh man. Yeah, that would blow chunks. Bacon, what is the worst thing you've run across in comedy?
Well, I would say like what Randy just said would really suck, but I haven't dealt with that yet. I did get bumped down a couple times because better names showed up, but then I got bumped up a couple other times randomly because people recognized me from the podcast and stuff. So that was cool. But so far, what I had to deal with is ego, jealousy, and gatekeeping. Like,
oh my God, yes, that does sound like some bad stuff. All right, UC, what's the worst thing you've come across in comedy?
One time I was so bad, they made me sit in a corner facing the wall with a bag on my head.
no one knows what happened. He's unknown, man.
Kyle, what's the worst thing you've run across in comedy?
Well, I haven't technically been on stage, so I don't really have much to say, but I can help you with your choking problem.
Yeah. I need CPR, Kyle.
What's the worst thing you've come across in comedy? Unmute your mic.
Your voice will follow.
I love it.
Well, the worst thing that ever happened in comedy, I think it was for me, right? I don't want to say it was listening to the Unknown Comic tonight, but that was close. I would say, the worst thing that ever happened to me in comedy was when a booker told me I was supposed to get paid a certain amount of money, and I didn't get anywhere near that, and you needed money to travel. And when that happens in the business, you really want to punch someone in the fucking face.
Did he say Victor?
All right, Cerebral Speed Bump, what's the worst thing you've come across in comedy?
Oh, well, much like everybody says, all ego, gatekeeping, and being called out for stealing other people's jokes whenever you have the same disability.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is definitely. Did we lose somebody? We lost somebody. Y'all give the RIP. Somebody's camera gave out. No, wait. No,
Nikki?
no. It didn't. That was me. Nikki, what's the worst thing you've had to come across in comedy other than me forgetting that you were there after I've been looking at you?
Talk about gatekeeping. Dang.
It was really a tie for me between a janky old damn promoter You know, the ones that just, are like a club owner that just ain't worth a damn. Making promises they can't keep. But honestly, when I started giving it more thought, at least in my experience, it's always one person in the audience that's a couple of ecstasy pills too deep. And they're going to ease up to the damn stage rubbing on my feet or some shit. And it's just like, what in the entire hell are you doing? Sit your ass down. Feel on the chair. Feel on the floor. Leave me alone.
I won't. I'm sorry. Just kick me till I act right.
One at a time.
That happens to me every show. So
Oh, getting in trouble?
And that's only because my fingers are lazy, because I would just cut the mic, but I'm not in that mood. I don't want to do too much. But one of the worst things that's happened to me in the world of comedy is, I think I have to agree with the gatekeepers. That drives me insane. It's like, who elected you to be the gatekeeper of funny? Like, move out the way, and then we're just gonna, go this way. And so, the way that we're going is the card deck game, right? So, like, I'm like, okay, y'all keep y'all comedy fans. I'm going for the gamers and the collectors.
You don't need nobody to keep the gate. You don't need nobody to keep the gate. You're the one that built it.
You damn right.
Well, and you know what? That's the weird part. I build the gate and they still try to lock me out, bastards. All right, so
that's why you had me and Nikki. We about to break them down.
Next question is, worse, getting booed or cricket silence? Hashtag weigh in, y'all. What do you think? Let's go with Cerebral Speed Bump.
I'm gonna have to go with complete silence.
You're gonna have to go with what?
Complete silence. Crickets.
Oh, the crickets. Oh yeah, the crickets. The crickets are terrible. Yeah. Okay. Damien, what do you think? Crickets or being booed?
Oh, it's got to be definitely crickets, complete silence, man. Because if I'm getting booed, I got the crowd now. I got them all riled up and pissed the fuck off. Let's go.
Kyle, what do you think? They would think, because you haven't been on stage yet, but what do you think would be worse, the boo or the silence?
Well, if there was silence, I could just fart and then they'd laugh. But maybe the booing. I don't know.
Okay. Joey Lee, you want to help your friend out? I'm sorry.
Unknown comic.
You see, you want to help your friend out? Which is worse, the booing or the silence?
The crickets, because they get underneath the bag and really make me itchy. What
do you agree with you see, and you think the crickets is worse than the booing?
It's 50-50. Like, it depends on the situation if I can turn it funny. Sometimes the booing I can turn funny, and sometimes the silence I can turn funny. But either way, like, I'm used to performing for like online and other comics, and they don't laugh at jokes. And so I'm used to the crickets, but you push forward. But the booing, that gets to you, man. Like,
all right, Randy, you agree with Crispy Bacon over there? Do you think the booing might get to you a little bit more than the crickets?
No, I'll soak up the booing. I'll tell them all to fuck off.
Your mic is really crappy tonight. I don't know what you did. All right, Malfunction Junction. What do you think, booing or crickets?
Well, the boos, they just paint a target on their faces when they do that. That gives me ammo and stuff to play with. We just changed the whole dynamic of the show, so I welcome boos. Crickets, though, they suck. You kind of you know when you're fucking up if everybody's quiet. You know what I mean? Then you really got to start digging and make them boo, so you'll have somebody to sacrifice, make an example of.
Okay, I think we had like a mixed bag of opinions here, but I don't know. I've been on stage about 5 times in my entire 6-year career, and I think the silence is the worst. I think the crickets, because that is a show of indifference, and there's nothing I can work with. There's no kind of spark, energy, nothing. It's just dead. I don't think I could do it. So, you guys out there always laugh at my jokes. I'm just saying. All right. This has been my 2 cents, and we have Chris Elliott and Marcus Jones out saying hello to you all. I found a way to put the comments on the screen so I could see them. All right. So this is where we bring different topics to our comedic cast and get their 2 cents. All right. It's time for you say trivia, another trivia question, which is an interactive comedy trivia game. So you guys out there tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, you can help our cast get the answer right, or you can lead them astray. Leading them astray is always funnier. I'm just saying, my opinion. All right, everybody. We're in order to find another contestant to give their trivia question. Nope, we're going to start with our screens on because we were already there. Wait for the instructions. You never know what I'm going to do. It's a jiu-jitsu chop. You think I'm going to the left and I'll go wooka 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 to the right. Right.
Oh, wait.
The first person to turn their stream off and yell, tap in.
Tap it. Oh, just kidding. Don't yell.
Will win the chance to answer the question and tell their trivia question. Okay. And it's worth 5 points. People are popping in and popping out. It sounds like popcorn. All right, Funny Man Green, I see you, but I can't put you on camera like that. I will not be pretty, but I see you in the studio. As soon as you get home, we are so there. All right. So, what is the name of the comedian I just said?
Tap in.
That would be Damien.
Oh, you're cheating. I won that.
No, Damien.
That would be my brother, Funny Man Green.
Oh.
That is correct. Go ahead and shoot your shot and ask your question.
Okay. Let's see. What is the in today's children? Well, let me just okay. That's not fair. Male children under the age of 10, what percentage of them are diagnosed with ADHD? Is it 20%? Is it 62%? Or is it 78%?
Ooh. Okay. I'm definitely digging it. And you asked the question. Now go ahead and ask it again and give the answers again. And please, Bacon, stop shouting across my screen. I was trying not to say anything, but you're just going to make me. So stop, please. All right, Damien, question and answers.
Okay, in this year, this time, what is the percentage of children, boys, that are diagnosed with ADHD? Is it 20%? Is it 62%? Or is it 78%?
That's a really good question. Like, I like good trivia questions like that. All right, folks out there, if y'all want to help them out, now would be the time to get in the chat on Yahoo, or I'm sorry, on YouTube. I say Yahoo, Lord have mercy. On YouTube and help the cast out. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to say a minute because we're doing great on time. So there is 7 of you on the stream. Please give grace to the newer people and let the conversations begin.
I have no idea.
I'm going to go with
28%, maybe.
I'm going to go with 78. I'm going with 78 because every time I listen to somebody that I'm not interested in, all of a sudden I have ADHD.
What was the other one? 62?
Yep, 62 and 20.
I feel like it's 62, but I have no idea why.
I feel like it's higher than that nowadays because it's a gateway like drug. They get you hooked on that and then it goes downhill from there. Like, and when they take that away, then you just get on meth and everything else. Like, I'm all big in conspiracies. Like, this goes way deeper than we know.
Just a bunch of little drug addicts.
My spot on the talking prison says 78 and the bag head of grease. I'm locking in on 78.
Yep.
78.
Okay, me too.
78 of them,
We're going to be right again. We're going to be mad.
You'll love me tomorrow.
That's crazy.
Hey,
I'm digging my mic now before I get in trouble.
All right. Bacon, unmute your mic, camera on. Tell us what the cast decided, and do you think you guys got it right?
I mean, we decided on the 70-something%, but Nikki went again. Like she looked dubious, and now I'm second guessing it because she has like some kind of second sense for this. Like she's possessed.
Okay. Well, I was busy trying to read the comments. Shout out to Marcus Jones who says it's 62%. So what was your answer?
Whatever Marcus Jones said.
No, the team already decided. What was the answer?
Damn it.
78%.
We chose the 70-something%, but like Nikki chose 60 and so did Marcus, and I believe them now.
Well, Davian, tell us the answer and give us some background.
Well, it used to be back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s that it was at 20%. As of 2025, it is 62% of boys under the age of 10. If they're hyperactive, they are diagnosed with ADHD. 78% would be a little high, but 62%, which means more than half of all the boys on the planet.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you have stumped the cast because they went with the higher number. So, but Nikki had it right, and now Marcus Jones had it right. So, y'all need to read them comments. They're there to help. All right. So you win 5 points, and you get to decide if you're going to do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else.
Something else. Something else. You know you want to.
I don't know. I think I'm going to do 3 minutes of something else because I haven't told you about this embarrassing story in my life. I think I'm going to do 3 minutes of that.
Well, he's going to go with something else. So, Cerebro speed bump, camera on. What would you like to see him do?
Let's go with something else.
Okay, that Sorry, my roommate is trying to burn down the house at this current moment. So we are gonna pull an audible. I know, right? Can y'all not hear that? All right. Again, it's 3 minutes of something else, a comedy or something, while I go see if I'm gonna die.
Okay, mute your mic. No, I'm just kidding. Don't hate me.
Okay, so you know, I always like to make my wife happy. Okay, and my third wife, you know, when I have to go out of town, you know, that's when we really get it on. You know, so I got like one leg over my shoulder. You know, it looks like I got Elmer's glue all in my beard. You know, because I'm eating that pussy, right? And I'm thinking that's the right thing to do for a woman. You know, I mean, give her some head. And so this one morning I wake up and my wife got up before and she's going off to work to the doctor's office where she works at. And I wake up in the morning and my gums are swollen, my tongue is swollen. And my job as a comedian is I have to speak. All right. So this is what came out of my mouth when I called my wife. Okay. So I want to walk you through this. Okay. I said, hey, Jennifer, there's something really, really wrong. My tongue is swollen, my tongue is swollen, and I don't know what's going on. I need to go to the doctor. So she says, well, hold on a second. I'll try and get you in right now. This is, you know, you sound terrible. I said, I know, I feel terrible too. It really fucking sucks. So I go into Grants Pass, Oregon, into the doctor's office, and I get rushed right in past her and all of her coworkers. And this really Christian doctor comes in, and he goes, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Sounds like everything okay. Everything is not okay right now, sir. Not at all. This is not okay. I don't sound like it." And he goes, "Well, calm down, calm down. Let me take a look." Pulls out his little flashlight, a tongue depressor, and he goes, Mr. Seaman, have you recently had oral sex? And I said, how did he know that? He goes, Mr. Seaman, have you recently had oral sex with your wife? I said, yes, I have. He goes, you have a yeast infection in your mouth. And I said, I have a yeast infection in my mouth? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm a comedian. I had a yeast infection in 4 hours, and you're telling me I have a yeast infection in my mouth? So anyway, he writes up the prescription, and I have to go up, and my wife's right there at the checkout counter. She goes, everything okay? I said, no, honey, I have a yeast infection in my mouth. I think I'm forbidden for months of heaven that's a foot in my mouth and gargle and go, whereas I'm an outdoor here, I'll have to do a comedy show with a yeast infection in my mouth.
Wow,
Can't make
and
that
the
shit up.
time is up, and I'm not dead, so that's really good. All right, Damien, for people to be able to find you so they can hit your doctor up in case. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook as Dickie Hadass. The Hamilton Academy of Comedic Excellence coming on Tuesdays if you want. Let's see, the Morning Max Show. And you can find me on Sauce in the City 3 days a week. I'm not dead.
All right. Well, we are going to now play our new game of Test Yo.
Funny.
And, this is where I will give you 5 points if you can stay above average in the B and A category for your performance, and I will double your points if you get all A's. Are you with me? Hello?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell
cool.
yeah.
So this is like a good old-fashioned grading session. So who will be your first grader?
Nikki Halstead.
See what I did there? First grader. Nikki to the stream. All right, Nikki. A, B, C, D, or F for fail. Boom.
Never an F, friend, but I'm going to give him an A. Strong A. He dove right in. Fearless, flawless, all the things you love in a good comedian. So A today, my friend.
A, it's
Thank you.
A. All right, Dickie, starting off strong. Who's going to be your next grader?
Randy Holton.
I'm digging it. All right, Randy. Hopefully his mic works. A, B, C, D, or F. Fail. Boom.
Is my mic working?
Yes.
A little bit better. Yes.
Hey.
He's going to hit you up after the show for your doctor. All right. You are starting out really good. You got 2 A's in the house. Who is going to be your next grader?
Yams.
The Yams. Tic-tac-toe. 3 comedians in a row. Yeah, Kyle Yamkowski, is it going to be A, B, C, D, or F? Boom. Fail.
I'm going to have to give him an A because I didn't have to use this thing. So, yeah.
All right. Doing good. You got all A's so far. Who's going to be your next grader?
The Unknown Comic.
Camera on. Hello?
Hello.
Maybe. Oh, he might not be available. Okay.
I'm
A,
here.
C, D, or fail. Boom.
What do you think? Well, he was good, but we never got to hear the punchline. So B.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a B, but you're still in the top echelon with 3 A's and a B. So who's going to be your next grader?
Let's hear that sizzle with some bacon on it.
Ooh, sizzling with the bacon. All right, bacon. A, B, C, D, or F. Fail. Bomb.
I have a question first. Was that something else? Was that off the dome or was that a set?
No, that's a true story of what happened when I was having to travel from Grants Pass, Oregon to Portland. And I went down on my wife and she gave me a yeast infection in my mouth.
You know what that's
all of it's
called?
true.
Do you know what that's
Yeah, it's
called?
called thrush.
Thrush.
Baby
Yeah,
skin.
so you gave
Thrush.
her
I
the
had a yeast infection in my
thrush.
mouth. Yep.
Like, yeah,
So I
no,
had to
like
go to my select seven.
I'm gonna give you
There's
a
a
B
gallbladder.
too, because like that wasn't all you said something else, and that wasn't off the dome, and there were some punches you failed to make, and but it was beautiful.
Well, you got 3 A's and 2 B's, Damien. So now you can say thank you or congratulate or whatever you want to do.
Hey, that's still the honor roll, bitches.
All right. And who's going to be your next grader?
Malfunction Junction.
Oh, let's see how this goes. All right, Malfunction Junction. A, B, C, D, or F. Fail. Boom.
Well, haven't had that particular flavored muffin after Taco Tuesday stuck in my mouth like that. I'd have to give him an A. He knows what he's talking about with it. It's fucked up and bad. Y'all need to find out what douches are real quick so that does not happen to us.
Okay. Well, you did not get on the honor roll or the
Yeah.
No,
the honor roll?
the all A's.
Still the honor roll.
That is but you did appear
And
in
cerebral.
the top echelon.
Cerebral.
Yep, you still have 1 left. Let me run the show. Good Lord. Well, when I can, when my house isn't burning down. So cerebral speed bump, what say you? B, C, D, or F fail. Boom.
Well, I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna go with A, double A, plus.
Okay, double A plus, the highest A you can get. So that means he wins 5 points, and y'all can tell him when he gets back. Okay, so we are about to go on. I know, right? Oh boy. We are about to go on to our or actually to our next trivia question. And this one is going to be a cast vote because it's our last trivia question. So everybody will be able to vote on who they would like to hear more from. So Kyle, who's your vote?
I like Sackhead.
Sackhead. Okay.
Sackhead. Sad sack.
Nikki Halston, who would you like to hear more from?
I'm gonna go with Yam, dude. He's very unique in my mind, so I'm definitely interested in to hear what he's got.
Me too. If he was a couple of years older with gray hair, I would think he was like Weekend at Bernie's type thing. Joey Lee, I'm sorry, UC. Who would you like to hear more from?
I think Nikki.
Ooh, great choice. Okay, Bacon, who would you like to hear more from?
I'm like tossing up between my head and between Nikki and Kyle. So any, mini, mile, mo. I guess Kyle is my hoe. Like, yummy, yummy, yo.
Randy, who would you like to hear more from?
Bacon.
Ooh, threw one to the Baconator. Okay. Malfunction Junction, who would you like to hear more from?
Randy.
You are all over the place. But we got one more. Cerebral Speed Bump, who would you like to hear more from?
I'm gonna go with my boy Yams.
All right. Something to put somebody out in front of the crowd. All right, Kyle Yamkowski, go ahead and ask your trivia question and give us 3 answers to choose from, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. I think you know where this is going. How big can a yam grow? Is it A, 7 feet, 150 pounds? B, 3 feet long and 50 pounds? Or C, 5 feet long and 75 pounds?
Ooh, okay. You got Over the Rainbow, you got Under the Gun, then you got an answer right in the middle. So Kyle, go ahead and repeat the question and the answers.
How big can a yam grow? I'll tell you, Bacon. Is it A, 7 feet, 150 pounds? B, 3 feet, 50 pounds? Or C, 5 feet and 75 pounds?
All right, you guys heard the question twice and the answers twice. I'm going to give you 1 minute on the clock because you guys have Nacho Bryan and Marcus Jones and Mr. Estrada out there in the comment section helping y'all out. So 1 minute on the clock. There's 7 of you on the screen. Remember mic etiquette and give grace to your new found friends. And let's go.
3 feet.
Number 1.
I think the smallest one. But I
7
don't know.
feet.
No,
Where in the
because
hell have you seen a 7-foot yam?
I know that when you you're growing things commercially, like you do the different strands and stuff, and you can make them bigger. And I think it's the middle one. I think it's C.
Oh
You
man,
can have a 150-pound potato. You can have, I mean, that was grown in Idaho. You can have a 150-pound yam.
I'm
They're
the
not
hoe,
street
and I'm
superiors.
telling you that 50. Never mind.
I think it's the biggest one.
7 feet, 150 pounds.
You can make those things grow.
It could
I think it's like a world record thing and only have it once. It's not something they can just continuously do. I want to go with the midget size of 3 foot something. About the
Are we all
size of an average.
split here? We got like 10
Lock it
seconds
on.
for you guys to
3
know.
foot.
are we talking about a natural growing yam or a chemically induced death.
Yeah.
10,
All I
9,
heard is everybody say damn. I don't know what we decided.
6,
The biggest one they said.
5, 4,
Biggest one.
3,
Miami Vice, lock it in.
1.
We're
Okay.
fine.
Oakland.
Oh,
It's late.
Take over. That's an old rule.
all right.
An old
Well,
rule.
Damien is not going quietly into the night, so the choice reverts back to Kyle. Go ahead and give us the answer and give us some background.
Well, the correct answer would be A, 7 feet, 150 pounds.
That's what I
Okay, so we had some people who were right in the cast, huh? Okay, but because Damien did the takeover, you win your 5 points and the controlling interest in your fate. You can either decide to go with 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. But be careful, now that my house isn't burning down, the other will be put in the hands of the cast.
I got something for your house.
Something else. You're so good at thinking on the spot. Do it.
I'd like to go with my set because I'm not that great on the spot. I don't know. Could be.
You are so great on the spot.
You are. Just let us give you the premise and you'll run with it. Like, we'll come up with so many great points to hit. It'll be wonderful.
You're going to make me choke right now. Like, come on.
Let him do his set so he can put the penis pump away.
Okay, do your set. I know you prepared. I'll shut up.
All right, Kyle. It seems like you are standing on your final answer of doing your set. So 3 minutes on the clock. And for the love of late night.
God damn it, better be funny.
Let it be funny.
Let it be funny.
It better be funny.
We're too loud for you.
Okay. So, we are all cut from the same cloth of God. It is up to us to decide whether or not that cloth was his crusty one. I live life flying by the edge of my seat, the toilet seat, because I had no idea to praying to God to make the hot wings stop after they hit me would actually leave me to praying to God for real. Life is all about taking chances and falling into its lap. I just hope I don't get poked in my back when I land. You either get better or you get wetter, depending on what kind of dreams you have. Turns out my dream was just a wet fart in my jammies. Speaking of people dreaming, these ladies aren't going to get any because I'm on this thing called seed retention right now. And I'm going on about 3 months, no spunks. Could be chunks at this point. I don't really know. It seems like throughout the day when I'm having fun hanging out, just like my cats, it sleeps all day, then I go to bed at night, and then just like my cats, it's up all night, just meowing at me. There it is. I used to blow my nose growing up, my nose. But now Mr. Johnson's the sinner and I'm the saint. Sometimes I got to splash some ice cold holy water on John to cast out those semen demons.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was on Ghost Hunters, actually. And there was one night I had my closet door shut and the coat hangers in there started rattling. And I was shaking like I was the first prostate exam I had. Turns out that ghost was just a closeted one. I was always into the paranormal growing up, but I never owned a pair of normal jeans. They were always so colorful, like purple, red, blue, magenta, or whatever the heck that color's called. They were tighter than a warthog trying to climb into a prairie dog's hole. Now I've seen poor Pumbaa try to fit into Timon's hole, and I can tell you it's not pretty trying to watch them mate. Like Simba, life's been quite the journey. I've always had to leap before taking a step. And that's mostly because my old babysitter forced me to play naked leapfrog as a kid. Maybe that was just in my head.
And that is time. All right, Mr. Yamkowski. Look at you earning your stripes on the comedy mic. If the folks would like to hear and see a little bit more of your journey in the comedy world, tell them where they can find you.
Well, I'm looking to participate in here more often. You know, Friday's my days. I can like be here, fully here. And let me pull these out real quick. But on Friday or Thursdays, I'm on the Comedy Writers Guild podcast as well. So we like to have a little fun there.
I was checking it out, totally looking and watching, and love the format. So definitely you guys tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. Check the show out with Harmon Comedy. They're very funny, interesting, and definitely makes my bus ride a little easier. All right. We are going to put you in your own personal hell of test. Yo, funny. And Kyle, I will give you 5 points. Okay. If you stay in the AB range. If you go below that, I can't help you. But okay. I will give you 10 points if you get all A's.
Okay.
Okay. So you have your graders chomping at the bit, and you have a new one that is just now able to join us, which is Funny Man Green. And he's been tuning in as he's been traveling and journeying through what he's going through. So who will be your first grader? See what I did there?
Let's go with Bacon.
Always room for Bacon. All right, Bacon. A, B, C, D, or F. Fail. Boom. What do you grade Kyle?
I have to give him an A+. I literally watched some of these jokes like evolve from just like random concepts into jokes that he fit in and made sure to tie everything together. Like it is amazing. Like I don't know why you keep telling us. Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me. I don't know why we keep saying we're not comedians. We got this shit. Like you're hilarious.
All right, Kyle. You got an A, but we got another person that's chimed in, which is Nacho Bryan. Shout out. And he gave you a C+. So you're in the B category now with your newfound friend. So be careful of where you step. Who's going to be your next grader?
Well, hopefully it's not in shit, but I got some toilet paper. Yeah, let's go with Dickie.
Okay.
Rubbing bubbles.
All right. Dickie Head Ass, aka Damian Seaman. A, B, C, D.
Well, I could definitely. Well, I could definitely tell that you've never been in a club with a live audience behind a microphone, because I'm sure that wouldn't have gone over well. There was a couple of jokes that made me laugh, but the rest of it seemed scattered and pointless. So I'm going to give you a C-. Your enthusiasm was good, but I could tell you've just never been on stage behind a microphone in front of a live audience. It was very apparent. C-.
Okay.
Fair.
Well,
You didn't fail.
got
You got
an A. and 2 C's. So you're kind of in the danger zone, right? You're at a high C. A high C. So who's going to be your next grader?
Let's go Joey Lee.
Okay. Well, he's not there, but Jace or UC is available. UC, A, B, C, D, or FL Boom Bomb.
I'm going to give him a B. And I've seen him getting better. And we communicate back and forth. So he's hungry to learn. I give him some credit for that.
Definitely. Tic-tac-toe, 3 comedians in a row, and you are sitting at a B minus. So who's going to be your next grader?
Let's go with Nikki.
All right. Nikki, A, B, C, D, or FL Boom.
So, okay. For someone who has no experience as far as a live audience, like Dickie was saying, I'm still gonna give my boy a B plus because even with the experience, like a lack of experience, he still came to work. You know what I mean? So I shout out to you, brother. I will give you a B plus today just for rolling with it. You were not confident, but you still got through it either way.
Hey, I am digging it. Okay. Well, your B now turned into a steady B. So you're in good standing. Who's going to be your next grader?
Let's rip this Band-Aid off. Randy?
All right, here we go. Randy, A, B, C, D, or FL Boom.
I like the jokes. I do like the jokes. The confidence level. I think you got to sell it like a used car salesman. That's what you got to do.
I give his mic a F. Fail. Boom. I don't even know what grade did you give him?
C plus.
C plus. Okay. Well, we're back down to a B minus, but we're still in the B's. We're still in the B's. So this is good. Who's going to be your next out of Malfunction Junction? Funny Man Green, who's just joining us, but did hear your set, or Cerebral Speed Bump?
Well, considering a B is still better than my school grade, let's go with Malfunction.
Let's do it. All right, Malfunction Junction, A, B, C. Oh, you got the full house. D or FL Bomb. But I guess you gave him an A, huh?
Yeah, I know you had to keep going with that. That's why I didn't say nothing. I just held the cards up. So yeah, I give him an A.
Okay. You're back on the good standing of a whole solid B. So that's really good. You got Funny Man Green left and Cerebral Speed Bump.
Let's hit up Cerebral.
All right, Cerebral Speed Bump, A, B, C, D, or FL Boom.
Well, I like to start off with the enthusiastics and you're coming up, so I'm gonna give you an A plus.
Oh, an A plus for the enthusiasm. You can get far with that. All right. So last up, because he's just now joining us, is Funny Man Green. All right, Funny Man Green. Kyle is standing on a good, solid B. And you are different. So A, B, C, D, or FL Boom.
I hate to be a party pooper. I'm going with Dickie. A C minus. Reason being is like it's different. It's different from me telling the joke to just reading it and stuff and all. And like Dickie said, some of them was pointless. That's like playing peekaboo with a blind kid. You know what I mean?
So, play with my mama.
Well, Kyle, the good news is with Funny Man Green C+, you still are at a B. It's a B minus, but it's still a B, and you get your 5 points. So y'all clap it up for Kyle in passing his class. All right. Okay, so we have definitely come to the latter part of the episode, but because I'm me and I need to get this in, right? We are going to talk about the Sauce in the City late night comedy card deck
game.
That's it. It is the game that's never going to be the same after it comes out because there's only 100 decks available. These pilot decks are on sale now. Shout out to Miss Bagan for the artwork. I told y'all it was rad. All right. And I need a promo. I need an elevator pitch to send in to the companies to see if they will invest and sponsor the game. Now, Funny Man Green, you just made it back in, but I wasn't sure about it, so I gave it to, who did I give it to?
Joey.
Bagface.
Who?
Mr. Zach. But
all
The
right.
Grand Wizard
not
coming.
Zach.
Joey Lee. And let me
Hey, everybody.
Hold
What's
on
been going
just
on?
a second. Wait a minute. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I gotta set you up right. All right. So this is going to be your elevator pitch. And then when this graphic comes down, you can jump right into it, okay?
All right. Hey, everybody. You need to get these collector cards. You know, the game we just played tonight is my 2 cents worth. And that's where we get to like tell our wild, wacky, weird ideas about a certain topic. You want to watch that. It's really funny. Okay. And, you want to get these card games as quick as you can because they're going like fire. Fire, really hot fire. So keep looking for these and looking to buy them up. And go looking for Joey Lee's face on a card, especially. And you will get one. And thanks for having me tonight just to watch. And I enjoyed the show. Everybody did a great job. And that's what you're going to see when you play those card games by yourself. All right. And we're going to keep playing those cards because we love those cards. And we want to play them over and 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 over again. So be looking for me and the rest of the cast on the cards and buy them. Late Night Comedy Card Game. It'll come out in June 24th, 2025. So get ready for the launch.
Yeah.
Bring your bags. Okay, Joey, y'all give it up for Joey Lee and also elevator pitch that I am definitely not sending in, but we'll give it a shot next time. Joey Lee, it has been my pleasure to spend yet another episode with you. We are around to the shout outs, and this is where we shout out everybody in 30 seconds that has had something to do with our uprise in our comedy world or other world. I said that all creepy. point score, and then golden shout out. Okay, so 30 seconds on the clock. Let's shout out.
Well, I want to shout out the Unknown Comic and his sidekick Sad Sack for doing a great job pitch hitting for me today. And I also want to thank Mark Britton, who called me today and said he watched some of my videos and said that the changes that he recommended are working. He gave me some additional ideas. He's such a great guy. And also Crackpots, I want to shout out to them. They just announced they're going to have their own award ceremony on the 13th of, I believe, July. And so I'm going to travel up there and be a part of that. I'm not getting an award, but I just want to be with those people because they're really like family to me. And that's it.
Okay, well, great shout out. Give us your point score and your golden shout out.
My point score was 11.
Woo! All right. And your golden shout out?
Well, my golden shout out goes to the winner of the most points, who came out of nowhere to do it.
Well, we don't want to know the answer at the end, Joey. All right, but shout out to you, Mr. Sad Sack, and everybody else. All right, Damien. 30 seconds to shout out, point score, and golden shout out.
I got 5 points. Shout out to you, Brenda. Shout out to everyone on the panel. And for those of you that are new, you know, it's a strange thing to want to get up there and tell jokes. And it's going to hurt you to your core when you get up there and you find out what is funny and what isn't. It's going to take some of you a long time, and some of you are going to, you know, run for the fences. But keep it up. You know, and it's platforms like this, Austin City Late Night Comedy Game Show is a great place to practice. That's for damn sure.
Hey.
So, yeah, I think everyone did a great job. Always good to be here.
I love it. And let's check in with the point scorer. And don't give away the winner, Joey. We got to build drama. Okay. That's what TV is about. But is Damien correct? Did he get 5 points?
No, I have him down as 10.
Ooh,
all right. Yes,
double your score, but still not enough to beat Joey Lee. But we appreciate you coming and giving it your all and your best. And your golden shout out goes to
funny man David Green. Man, talk about being late. Lock it in.
Lock it in. All right, Kyle, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out, point score, and golden shout
out. Well, honestly, I wouldn't be here without the Writers Guild. They kind of gave me that confidence I needed to like actually get out of my shell and do something. Honestly, you too, Brenda. Like, I appreciate the opportunity to come on here.
You are so welcome. We love to see what you guys are learning, right? You're going to the Comedy Writers Guild. You're going to the School of Comedic Excellence, Brian Hamilton School, Comedy School. I'm going to get it right. But you know what I mean? So you guys are going out and you guys are definitely learning all this stuff. And it's so cool to get to play around with the things that you've learned here on the show. So thank you for having the courage. You've done more than most people have done. What is your point score?
I believe 16.
Yep.
Okay, let's check.
Yes, 16.
Ooh, Kyle. He's at the leaderboard with 16. So hold on to that score and give us your golden shout out of the night.
Golden shout out. I got to give it up to Dickie for letting me be a part of the Academy. It was a great experience. It taught me a little bit. I got a lot to practice on, so I appreciate it.
Oh, very nice. Dickie, another one to put in your feather cap. And Kyle, we thank you for having the courage to return. Stay tuned to the green room and see if you win. Nikki, 30 seconds on the clock to shout out, point score, and golden shout out.
Well, shout out to the cast, like always. It's always another one. Just another one in the books. Points. Points. I don't think I got the first dang one tonight, y'all. I'm slacking big time.
Let's
The
check
devastation.
Our point keeper.
0. Sorry.
0. Aw. Well,
The
that's
disrespect.
Better luck next time. And who does your golden shout out go to?
My golden shout out is definitely gonna go back to my boy Yams. I don't know. I just have a soft spot for the young bucks that are coming in and like really giving. You can tell that he's very, very interested. He's trying to dive in and like find his niche, and I love seeing that. It's motivating in and of itself, even for me. Been out there for a while, and I still see guys like him out there, and it's just like, yes, it just makes it all that more special in my opinion. So your boy Yam gets the golden tonight, man.
I love it. All right, Bacon, who gets your golden shout out and your point score and your shout outs? I did that all backwards, but
reverse order. All right, I got you. I'm autistic. That's how I work. All right, so I want to shout out my homeboy Philly that's been like helping me out like all around the house and everything else. Like he's comedian, he's doing amazing. Thank you, bro. I want to shout out like Kyle, like thank you for coming out, and you are growing and we are both growing together, and it's crazy to see this, but I'm loving every fucking minute of it. And then obviously Damien and Randy and Juju and everybody like helping me like grow myself, Harmon included, like all of them have helped me. Brenda, you're amazing. Once again, you are a genius, bitch. Like
that's probably one of the only times that I would giggle at someone calling me a bitch on my own.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I meant like,
all good.
You my boy, Blue. No,
Shout out
point.
to you, Bacon, for all of your artwork. Thank you for like taking that over and just making it your bitch. Because you totally rocked it, and I just can't wait to see what else you come up with in that little mind of yours. All right. Wait a minute. How many points did you get?
I got 0 points, and I have a duo golden shout out. Well, no, I don't. I like because I already shout out Kyle. My golden shout out for Nikki. Like, you my boy, Blue. We're gonna be redneck sisters together. We got this.
All right. The big goose egg. Okay. Well, better luck next time, Bacon. Do so well. Randy Holton, 30 seconds on the clock to shout out, point score, and golden shout out.
Is this mic on?
Kinda.
Yeah. Kinda. Well,
I can read your lips.
Good. Connie's Comedy Club. I'm going to be in the Last Man Comic Standing Contest. So that's actually next
I
week.
couldn't tell that happened.
And then
just hold up your fingers to tell us how many points you had.
I got a big pile of dinosaur shit.
Joey Lee. Okay. The symbols match, so I'm just gonna go with that. And Randy, who gets your golden shout out?
You're getting a stroke.
I know, right? Like I don't know.
He's talking about Diggy.
I think he's talking about Dickie for sure. All right, Malfunction Junction, 30 seconds to shout out, point score, and give your golden shout out.
Well, I mean, for the sake of out of order, I'm just going to go ahead with my points first. I got 1 point on account of a handicap. Like, no shit. Palsy, 1 point. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, you got more points than some people, so good for you.
Yeah, I know, and there's still starving children in China. I mean, like, what is your point? You know what I mean? I got 1 point because reasons. Like, he's not going to a strip club. There's no way it's happening. Anyway, like I was saying, I had to give my golden shout out to McCaney Manor for letting their greeter dude with the Grand Wizard of Comedy come up here and hang out and freak everybody. Y'all are gonna have Night Terrors too, and I can't wait. I feel so unalone here with that. You just have no idea. Is everybody doing Harlem Shake, or we just
no? Keep going. You have 30 seconds to shout out.
That's the longest 30 seconds of my life right there. Oh my God!
Golden shout out goes to
McCaney Manor for letting Joey Lee do whatever the hell that was with like putting lotion on the back.
That just shows you that you lost us somewhere around the curve. But that's okay. That's okay, because that was those crickets we were talking about earlier.
I mean, I would have kept talking.
Just a chirping.
Cerebral Speed Bump, 30 seconds to shout out, point score, and golden shout out.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my points. I got 3.
Let's check in.
I got you down at 0.
Ha ha ha! Palsy.
Where did you get the cerebral?
My first shout out goes out to you guys, especially you, Miss Brenda, for letting me be here. Thank you. My second shout out would go to my boy, the arts. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. Which is my open mic group, and got me here. My golden shout out would have to go out to Kill Tony.
Well, Kill Tony's not on this show, so you have to pick someone on the show.
My boy, Yam, I am.
Oh my gosh, we shout you out, Cerebral Speed Bump. Actually, all the cast: Bacon, Kyle, Joey Lee, Damien, Randy, Malfunction Junction, Nikki, and we have one last one. Yeah, I know you came in kind of late, so it's gonna take my mind a second to realize that you're on the screen, but you have no points, but still 30 seconds to shout out and give your golden shout out because you did see most of the show.
Participation.
Yeah, I did see most of the show. I like to give a shout out to starting off with you, Brenda. With the cast. Shout out to Morning Mac Show, to LA Preston and Shout Bout, and my boy Tariq. That started me out even with comedy or whatever. Shout out to Facebook, different social media platforms or whatever, that, helped us, along the way or whatever. My golden shout out has got to be, my golden shout out is going to you, Brenda. And the reason being, I know he's not on this show, but I watched also on that Wednesday show. And that bad boy kept on saying, I don't want to tell the joke. I don't want to tell the joke. Oh, go on, tell the joke. I don't want to tell the joke. He was like, Brenda, I don't think you're going to like the joke. Just tell the joke. I was like, I wasn't dumb. I knew it.
We knew it.
I didn't know the story, but I knew the punchline had something to do with that N-word. And I said, there's only 3 things that will piss you off. If he said the N-word, or if he said, you know what I mean, they ran out of sushi and hair bows. And I knew the sushi and hair bows was not part of the joke. So I said,
oh my God.
and then you're gonna be all shocked and everybody, oh, did he say that word? Come on down, Brenda. You knew that was the joke.
No, I thought there was going to be a
spelling out across my screen, not your turn. Okay.
You're right.
What actually happened is this. For if you're going to bring the joke up, I want to see if you actually have the nerve to say it. If you think it's funny outside of my presence, why don't you think it's funny in my presence? So that right there,
out of every show, Brenda.
Hold on. That's what would let you know that it's not a good joke to tell. If you in the presence of this person, white, black, or indifferent, you cannot tell the joke, then that should tell you to stop it. But turns out it wasn't a joke. It was just actually a story. And he was telling it to call out racism. You guys will have to tune in later on to figure that one out. But shout out to you, Funny Man Green, because I was watching you in the green room going through everything you went through just to catch the tail end of the show. So even though you were late as hell, and the cardinal rule number 1 is be on time, I still appreciate your hustle. So shout out to you for even being here. It's good to see your face up in our space. So shout out to all of you guys for again giving me another great fun-filled, funny episode. And shout out to Ralph Richardson, also Nacho Bryan, and let's see who else was out here. Marcus Jones, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, Chris Elliott, Zach No Breaks, Estrada, and of course Vanessa Ray, my hillbilly Pete. So shout out to all of you guys, and thank you for your unending support and getting our numbers up. We were at like 15 people. I couldn't believe it. That's like a open mic or something. But for all intents and purposes, everybody tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, this was your Friday edition of Sauce in the City Late Night Comedy Game Show, where me and my funny friends are bringing our fun and games to your late night arena. And in order to take us out of the show, we usually do some music of some sort, but we've decided that we're going to take us out with comedy. And this is a studio vote. So everybody, let's see, put everybody back on the stream so I can look all full again. All right, so we're going to start with Joey Lee. Who would you like to take us out the show?
I don't think we heard anything from Nikki. How about Nikki?
That's a good suggestion, Nikki. Speaking of, who would you like to hear take us out the show?
Bacon.
Bacon goes great with everything. Kyle, what say you? Who's taking us out?
Well, I don't eat pork, but I sure do like meat and bacon.
Bacon. All right, Damien, who takes us out the show?
I got to go with Funny Man Green for being fashionably late.
Cerebral speed bump. Who takes us out the show?
I'm gonna go with Funny Man Green.
Ooh, they're ganging up on you. Bacon, what's shaking? Who takes us out of the show?
I wanted to hear Nikki. How you like them apples?
I like it. 2 and 2. The race is tight. Randy Holton, who would you like to hear take us out the show?
But with all that effort just to get here, Funny Man Green.
Ooh, that was some effort. All right, Malfunction Junction. Right now, Funny Man Green is in the lead, but you do have a vote, and you could throw a monkey wrench in the program. But who takes us out of the show?
I gotta go with the vegan on this one. We'll take Funny Man Green.
Ooh, I love y'all. All right, Funny Man Green, 3 minutes on the stream, and it does not have to be jokes, but for the love of late night,
I got it. Better be funny.
Let it be funny.
Okay, we gonna work on that. 3 minutes. Let's go.
I felt those eyebrows.
3 minutes. Oh, well, before I do anything, I'm gonna explain the reason why I was late. The reason why I was late, I was watching midget wrestling. I couldn't turn it down. I knew the time and everything. You know what I mean? It started at 9 o'clock. I said, I'm only going to watch like an hour of it. You know what I mean? And then catch the show and everything. But like I said, I had to watch the whole thing. And then there was this one midget. Well, I'm going to say midget. There was this one little person. He was he was like the bully, the bad guy, and everything. You know what I mean? He was sitting there talking about I'm the champion, everything like that. And I said, this don't make no sense. The tallest little person is the one with the short temper. So I went to after of doing that, got on the road and that's when I was having problems because I was Altoona and different things like that, whatever. But that explains the reason why. Because actually I was on time. I was in the backstage, and then my service went out. So